Oxford from the inside. The good, the bad, but always the truth.
Hey guys, welcome to Oxford from the Inside, the good, the bad, but always the truth. Today we're here with Carlotta. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Carlotta. I study PPE at Trinity. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that yet.
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, I study PPE at Trinity College. I'm a second year, yes. And I'm currently in Germany for another remote term.
Nice.
Yeah.
And today we're doing another quickfire question. And today's question is, how do you deal with imposter syndrome? If you could quickly give us a quick sentence description of what is imposter syndrome, and then, yes, how you deal with it.
Okay, sure. I mean, so imposter syndrome, the way I understand it and I perceive it is a constant questioning my own abilities and my degree, despite getting like positive feedback, getting into Oxford, getting good grades, constantly questioning whether I belong there and sort of feeling almost like I'll be called, like the next essay is when I'll be called out for like not belonging, right?
That you,
That's how it
that you feel like an
feels for me.
imposter.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, you feel like you don't belong. And I deal with it. I mean, I'm gonna say this from the start. I don't think there's like one way to deal with it, and I also think a lot of people experience it, and I haven't found like the key to dealing with it. It comes back every term with having new modules, with having new tube partners, so new people, like new students that I interact with all the time and sort of naturally compare myself to because you sit in tutorials together. But what I've found helpful in the 4 terms that I've now spent at Oxford is first of all, doing things and making friends outside of my degree. Not just, and that also in academic areas. So like going to talks that have that are about things that have nothing to do with my degree, speaking to people about other interests and just kind of not reducing myself to my abilities and my degree. I think that's really important because you then realize that sort of the things that you then realize that people value you not only for kind of the work that you produce, but a lot of other things as well, and that you actually have all of these other abilities too. That's one thing. So, and there's lots of room for that in Oxford in terms of societies to attend, talks to go to, and through the collegiate system, you're kind of automatically in touch with lots of people who study other subjects. So that's I found that very helpful. Another thing that I really value is sort of the welfare system in Oxford. There's definitely improvements to be made there, but I found speaking to welfare reps or peer supporters, so that's sort of students who've been trained to speak to other students about like mental health concerns they may be having. I found that really helpful, just talking about it, and so to people who are like sort of trained for that and who kind of had the headspace for that, but also just to friends because it's something that a lot of people experience. And when I had to also speaking to my tutors about it and being like, hey, this is how I feel in this course right now, what's going on? And I've found tutors very understanding of that most of the time because this isn't something that like, right, that doesn't stop when you stop being a student. I'm sure as you continue in academia, there's always going to be people who seem to work harder or who just seem to like things seem to click faster, and then you kind of that like builds up and it feels like everyone is like that and you're not and you don't belong. And then one sort of final thing that I've found really useful is so I like a big part of my degree is philosophy. And Oxford has a group called, or there is a group called PWIP, People for Women in Philosophy. It's a group of like women and non-binary folk who kind of do philosophy, talk to minority academics, and we try to kind of open a space in philosophy for groups that are underrepresented there. And I found that incredibly helpful in just like understanding that there are certain groups that just aren't as represented in academia in general, and that those groups have a voice too, and that it can feel like when I'm sat in a tutorial and I'm the only woman there, then that kind of affects the dynamics and can affect how I feel and why I feel like I don't belong. And so I found like groups like that really helpful, and those kind of exist in different shapes and forms. Yeah, those are kind of my go-to things. And as I said, I'm still working on dealing with that.
Oh, wow, yeah, that sounds really interesting. Lots of pragmatic advice for those who may feel like an imposter, they feel like not good enough when they come to uni. But that's all that we've got time for today. That was really interesting. I think one thing we should say is that I feel quite certain in this that no one is an imposter. I think that is the truth. And that is and no one is an imposter, but probably everyone at some point felt like that they are a mistake. It's quite a common feeling that we some of us go through by ourselves and or share. But yes, most people, if not all, at some point thought that the admissions process has gone wrong. They shouldn't be here. But so you're not alone. And yeah, that's all we've got time for today. Today's quickfire questions. Thank you, Carlotta. Hope I hope everyone stays safe, and we'll see you guys next time.